Hey guys, so we're going to do the weekly tarot reading. All kinds, I know there's been stuff going on. I'm going to try to give you a little bit of inspiration, hopefully, so you can make it through all this trying time. But of course, we're dealing with all kinds of challenges going on in the world. Now, one thing that's been coming up, some people have been definitely chattering about, asking about, something that's going to be coming up with the Supreme Court next term is what they're talking about. I believe in October is when they're going to be starting to look at it. But one of the cases that involves is a big one people are talking about is Moore versus Harper in the fall. Okay, a case that will decide whether a North Carolina Supreme Court can strike down a restricting map because of partisan gerrymandering and whether state legislators can draw voting districts independent of the courts. Just a little bit of what this has to do with, and let me kind of hold on one second if I could get a little more on that. Hold on, let me find a little bit better one. Supreme Court and Moore versus Harper. Okay, yep, and they're going. Yep, they've agreed to hear it, and yes, this could really affect some voting rights. Now, it's a little bit complicated, so I'm going to try to find a good article. And this is something to be concerned about. Okay, hold on. Supreme Court on Thursday agreed to hear the case, and this is another theory. Moore versus Harper, North Carolina case that concerns gerrymandering, voting districts, and a little-known theory called independent state legislator doctrine this coming October. Should the court rule in North Carolina's favor, this ruling would reduce voter oversight on state legislators and likely impact the outcome of various statewide political races, as well as the 2024 presidential election. So I believe it wouldn't be able to affect our November stuff, but the 2024 election. And we know how the 2020 election went, right? Everybody was trying to overturn stuff. Moore versus Harper centers around congressional maps drawn by Republican lawmakers in North Carolina. Following the 2020 census, the maps were challenged in court by Democratic voters and nonprofits who argued the districts were unfairly gerrymandering in favor of Republicans, which violated the state constitution. Earlier this year, the North Carolina Supreme Court blocked the state from using the maps in primary elections and required the districts be redrawn. A little bit, just in a nutshell, what this comes down to. If it rules, in favor, is that some of the checks and balances with the courts, the legislators would basically have control of things. They could even potentially, with the way they do these little maps that they do, possibly, say if someone wins like a president, okay, possibly throw some things out that they would be in control. Republican state lawmakers in February requested emergency appeal that the United States Supreme Court halt the state's order to redraw the maps, though the request was denied. Justices Alito, Thomas, and Goresh dissented to the denial. In their dissent, the justices wrote that the independent state legislator doctrine was an important question for the court to resolve. The new maps drawn by North Carolina Supreme Court appointed experts were used in the state's So there's a lot of concern about this. Basically, here, the theory would disable state courts from protecting voting rights in federal elections by eliminating state constitutional protections in those elections. Legal experts, Leah Littman, Kate Shaw, and Carol Shapiro wrote. And it would do so at a time when voting rights are under attack, including at the Supreme Court itself. Okay, under the most strict readings of the doctrine, provisions in state constitutions which restrain lawmakers from influencing elections would be rolled back. The governor, who could usually veto new election laws, would lose the ability to do so, and state courts would be unable to reverse anti-democratic laws or challenge gerrymandering districts. The interpretation of the Constitution could make it easier for state legislators to suppress the vote, draw unfair election districts, enable partisan interference in ballot counting. The Brennan Center for Justice tweeted about this case. Okay, so this is a big one. So obviously, if people have, have the legislators are not checked by their state courts, all this stuff, certain, like say if they vote Democrat, they could possibly throw it out. There's things that they can do. There's ways that they could twist it. And so the court's forthcoming decision could roll back efforts to combat gerrymandering in battleground states nationwide and give state legislators unlimited control over how federal elections are conducted. So they could rig it in their favor. This case has the potential to fundamentally rework the relationship between state legislators and state courts in protecting voting rights in federal elections. Election law expert Richard Hansen wrote in his election law blog, it also could provide the path for election subversion. And there's just so much going on. So see, there's a lot of reasons why Biden needs to pack the courts, especially if they do this. So this is from the Insider. There's a whole lot going on. So I just want to make you guys aware. I am going to read on this. I'm not ready yet. I'm coming very close to it, though soon. A whole lot. We got to be awake and aware. Okay, the Republican, the religious right, all that stuff. They're trying to find all kinds of ways to cheat the system. Okay, and we've got a rogue court, okay, that's doing all kinds of crazy stuff. And Biden, unfortunately, and a lot, even Democrats, even the Democrats, in Congress and everywhere, and a lot of people are like, why is he needs to grow up here and take some serious action to stop what they're trying to do. And I'm frustrated too, he just seems real slow to the punch. And he's not being tough enough. So there's a lot. While he did, sign, a federal action, with the abortion, it of course doesn't solve the problem, but it can help maybe in some ways. He's very resistant to doing what needs to be done. And one of the big things is, as we've gotten out of control, Supreme Court, we need to, especially put these people, maybe work on an impeachment because they clearly lied under oath. We know that. And pack the courts, various things that need to be done. But voting rights are threatened. And really, whether you're Republican or Democrat, you should want voting to be fair. You should want voting to be fair, if you want to live in a democracy, okay? But if you want to live in a fascist state, I guess you'd want people to cheat, So there's a whole lot going on. There's a whole lot. Please be awake, aware. But it is hard. Like, okay, so if I vote, will it even make a difference? If the system's rigged, there's a whole lot. All this stuff is going to lead to absolute chaos, if things do not get fixed. But Biden, unfortunately, I'm very frustrated with him, in the sense he needs to get tougher, stronger. And this whole by the book, try to play fair and all that is just not going to work. People are trying to tell him to take some very harsh action to stop what they're trying to make happen. Which is a whole lot, that we could end up with a government that really is not what the majority of by the people, for the people wanted. There's a whole lot going on. But let's get to what Spirit has to say. But yes, I will be doing a read on that soon. I know some people have been asking about it. A lot of people are looking at it. If you go to TikTok, they're talking about it. That's one thing. The young people, they know about this stuff, okay? And so we got to be aware. But this will be heard in about October. I'm not sure exactly when, say, really that's just when it's heard. But obviously some kind of decision would be made, at least before, the 2024 election. Which, that is going to be, the big one. So let's go ahead and check it out. What does Spirit have to say? But yeah, just be awake and aware of what's going on, people. You got to be aware of what's happening. We're going to do a spiral tarot. But I know we're trying to make it, everybody just, I just want to be able to take care of my family. I just, all that stuff. There's a whole lot going on. I know a lot of people, it's painful at the pump right now with the gas prices and everything. It's just, just try to take care of your family, try to make it in this world. Some of you are shopping for a home and you're finding it's very challenging to get one. A lot, we're contending with so much, and if the people of America don't get relief, I'll tell you, I'm really worried. We're gonna be thrown into some very serious chaos. Okay, but Spirit, what can we say to the spiritual people that are just trying to make it, have some kind of hope for the future? What can we do? Okay. Oh, there we go. Oh, cut the deck. Actually, Spirit wants me to pull the bottom card. Put it to the top. Okay, so the Princess of Wands. Okay. So a lot of you, especially spiritualists and everything, one of the things, like this is the time, no matter what, no matter what's going on, you got to go for your passion and you got to pursue it all. Okay, no matter what. I know some of you are just, what's it all for? What's it? Nope, Spirit's like, I want you to get that fire, get that energy, go for your passion, go for yours. Okay, do not let all this craziness, stop it. Like, what is the point of even pursuing my goals, dreams, hope? Nope, nope, nope. You keep that fire alive. Okay. And there we go. And then we've got the Three of Wands. She's kind of looking out and everything, out into the, her ship coming in, moment arriving and everything. Spirit wants you, no matter what, be ambitious. Be ambitious, be brave, and be bold during this time and everything. Don't give up. A ship is coming. Okay, don't give up on everything. That is one of the things. We don't throw the towel here. Okay, let's see what we got going on. Ten of Cups energy is reversed in this, in this sense, a lot, like say families and everything, really like, that's what I was saying, as Spirit understands, people just want to be able to take care of their families, and have a good life and have some joy and have some happiness. And it's a struggle. It's a struggle. Just be kind of loving support. Ace of Pentacles reverse. Yes, I know the almighty dollar and everything. We are kind of struggling with that, with inflation. I know just God, groceries is, oh my God, it's killing me every month and everything. And I don't even have a family to feed, as far, I have my daughter with me and the cats, but just what other people are going through. I look at my bill and I can only imagine, that families, you got a family of two, you're spending probably, God knows what on food per month and stuff. I know it's getting up there. It's a struggle. And this is a lot of things that families are really concerned about. Let's kind of look at that. And the Empress reversed. And we know the Mother of Tarot and everything, women's rights. And I know a lot of you are very concerned and worried about that. And Empress even, reversing like that. A lot of, concerns about God, maybe even people that want to have a child, but that are nervous. I would like to get pregnant, have a baby, but what if something went wrong and then I can't get medical help? There's a whole lot of concerns, especially for women right now. That's when we got to get out there. We got to vote. We got to protest, whatever we got to do. But I know it's, a lot of women are in a stuck position. With so many things. And then, of course, those that don't want to get pregnant, all this, the planning and everything. So, we got to just get out there. Except Nine of Wands energy in the reverse. Now, a lot of that card, that energy is about taking action, action, action. I feel one of the things is this. This is, let me pull it up for a minute. I almost feel like I'm going to do a spirit talk and a weekly tarot reading. The Nine of Wands very much is about action, action. Okay, except we all got to take some kind of action here. But I feel one of the challenges, okay, that the Nine of Wands is reversing right under the Empress is that what action do I take? What action could be even constructive during this time? And we all got to figure out a role to play. I know not one individual can save the world. Okay, I know that. And so no matter what. And so, but at the same time, what little part or action can I take, to kind of throw out there, to make any kind of difference? And I feel that we all want to act. A lot of us, are kind of ready, but what direction do we take? We're going to get there. Don't worry, we're going to get there bit by bit. Spirit will definitely reveal stuff. We are going to do that, assemble all that good stuff. Okay, so, but there's also a restlessness. What if I do take action and it doesn't work or anything? Well, it doesn't mean you don't act, right? It doesn't mean, doing nothing happens, right? We know that. Okay, so here we go. Bring it back down. But I feel it's a lot of people want to take action, but they're not sure what direction. What do I do? Just waiting for the signal. We'll get it, don't worry. So we've got that King of Swords energy popping up. And one of the things, that can be, that energy, we're kind of in the past position, with that, like the law and the truth and everything, what is right, what is just, we're just so frustrated with everything that's going on. But the Two of Wands is here also popping up in there. And we've got that there is still, possibilities, openness, we still got that, just, things are not totally set in stone here, and Spirit even knows that. Nine of Pentacles is popping up and everything. And that's one of my favorite cards. it's there's and I feel like one of the things is a lot of women, especially who have established themselves, that are in a good position, we really also especially need them, to be stepping forward and stuff. But also the Nine of Pentacles, they're coming into this, having that self-love, that self-confidence, that sense of self-worth. And we've got to come into that. We've got to get to that place, especially the feminine, the divine feminine women and everything. Look at that. She's just enjoying herself, enjoying her garden and everything. This is what spirit wants for women. But I know, so many women feel kind of attacked at the moment and everything, that, especially they've been building themselves up, doing well, and all this stuff stripping down. It's frustrating. It's frustrating. Don't worry. We're not going to lose it all. Don't worry. Don't worry. They don't understand how much power we have. But I know, Ten of Swords, feeling stabbed in the back. So many people feel stabbed in the back by the government, betrayed. Yes, I know. And stuff. But then we just got, Queen of Swords. We're going to have to step in our power. We're dealing with this King of Swords energy there. The Queen of Swords. We got to step in our power. Warrior women come out. Okay? And I also want to say also for men who are supportive of the warrior women come out too. I do want to put that in there. So let's kind of look. Yeah, we got a couple energies here that kind of pop up and everything. I've got that Nine of Cups energy and I've got the Two of Cups energy, both kind of reversed. So I feel a lot of it, as some of you may be dealing with some challenges in your relationship, whether you're male or female watching my vid, may have been dealing with, some things getting out of balance. Notice the Tao here. We've got that Tao symbol. This card has come up in my readings. So things have been maybe a little out of balance with everything going on in the collective. I know one of the things even, like say, if my boyfriend if we start talking about any kind of things, if I start talking anything about Ro, if I mention it, he's like, I don't want to talk about it, I don't want to talk about it. And stuff. And he's just, he knows it's an issue. Now he's like I said, he thinks this whole thing is stupid, with overturning Roe, which is good. He better think it's stupid. But, I feel like one of the things, say talking about it and things, some of you may be in relationships if you've been, talking about, even to your male partners and so forth, and they may want to shut you down and they're, I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to, there's a little bit of an attitude some of you may have been experiencing. And one of the things he did say, he did say the other day, he's like, this does not impact me. And stuff. And see, I want you guys to be very careful with something. And stuff. There may be some men out there, or maybe you're a woman like me who's in menopause, okay? And you don't have to worry about it anymore. Maybe you've had a tubal and you've had your kids and you think you don't have to worry about it. This actually impacts us all. Okay, this really does impact us all. Just like I said, I still have a daughter, I still have grandkids and things, and what if something, maybe I do need some kind of hysterectomy, my doctor starts giving me crap about it. Okay, I don't know. But either way, don't think that certain things that are happening do not impact you. Okay, and so because they do. They do, or those you love and things like that. And you need to care about it. When you see one people getting their freedom taken away and another people getting their freedom taken away, and you think, well, that's just them, I don't have to worry about it. Wait till they come for you. And this is one of the big messages. It's going to be something that does impact you personally. So if we stop this and this, then you won't have to worry about it. Okay, right? But when you see other people losing their rights and things like that, and you do need to be concerned. Because inevitably, if they could have it, nobody would have rights, right? Okay, especially the man. Okay, where everything is under control. So you need to care. You need to care. Okay, so let's go and look at this. But I know that's the way sometimes he will be. And that's why I try to explain to him, it's very frustrating. What happens here. So we've got the Two Pentacles energy. I feel like just people trying to balance, juggle. They're trying to keep it all together, and dealing with this frustration. And the King of Wands energy, let's kind of go ahead and look. Yep, it's a big issue. I know it's a big issue. We've got the women that are kind of, trapped, their power. We're going to get out of it. We're going to get out of it, okay? What's the outcome card? What do we got there? Nine of Pentacles reverse. Yep, definitely, the families are struggling, with the finances. There is Biden, King of Cups. I got that King of Cups energy. He's got to take action. Two of Swords. He does seem to be sitting on the fence about a couple things here. He does seem to be with the Two of Swords energy. He's weighing a couple things here. Weighing some options. And so that makes me feel he's listening about taking certain action and things like that. So it does seem to be coming up in there, but he's got to definitely get to work and stuff. And I know a lot of you, some maybe you don't care about real, but you care about the fact that you're being impacted financially, with things. I understand that. I understand that, but we've got he's got to make good choices. We need this to happen. I feel like a lot of you feel at this moment. Like say maybe you voted for Biden, but you're not happy with certain things that the way they've been going. And so you're kind of like, so what do I do when it comes to election time? If he's the person, and it goes up against, we don't know yet who the Republican candidate is going to be. Is it going to be Trump? Is it going to be Ron DeSantis, or maybe it's somebody else? We're not 100% sure how that's going. But whatever, we're kind of like, well, I don't want to vote for those guys because of all the, I'm losing my rights and everything. But at the same time, Biden, is he going to do anything about the problems we got going on? And I feel like, anybody who's kind of in there, who does not like this thing with women's rights and everything, we're having a hard time with that. They were like, we need somebody who's going to fight for us, and get things done. So I understand your frustration. I feel that frustrated too, with that. It's like, I don't want to vote any of them. I'm frustrated. You're frustrated. I know. Okay, so let's get some, let's see what Spirit has to say. Which one do I want to go with? Get with. Yep, let's go with this one. I'm going to go with this one. It's a psychic tarot, but it's really an oracle deck. It's got tarot and oracle elements. The Spirit says pull that one for the weekly tarot. There you go. Solar plexus chakra. Now, one of the things that is the core of where your personal power lies. So this is, you are not powerless. I know the man wants you to feel powerless. You're not powerless. Okay, so you got to step into what power can I do here? It's like, oh man, I'm telling you, this has been the message today. There is always hope. And there is always hope. I was just saying something about it. Just, I like to two different people, at least. There is always hope. Okay? So during this time, I know, and the man wants you to feel hopeless. Okay? That no matter what you do, you can't do shit. They want you to feel that way. There is always hope. Okay? No matter what. And Spirit, for some reason, has hope for us. That's why everything hasn't completely gone down and stuff. But yeah, positive movement forward. That's the main thing. We just got to get that positive movement forward and stuff. No matter what. No matter what, evolution is going to happen. It can't be stopped. And stuff. But also, financial and material changes are coming. We have to be prepared. I know some people are wondering, are we going to have, the recession? I am not sure, totally yet. And the one thing, jobs are good, but also cost of living and all that is getting high. So people are going to start pulling back, spending their money. I know I'm already doing that too. And so just be prepared for that. Keep your balance during things in moderation. I do believe people should stock up on food. But don't be a hoarder totally, that you don't leave anything there for anybody to buy. Don't be like that either. Spend a little time in solitude. Get away from the world if you have to. That actually isn't necessarily a bad thing. Kind of get away from the world. Get and just kind of read a book would be absolutely a good thing. Just kind of disconnect. And everything. Try not to watch the news too much. Read too much. It stress you out. Be still aware of things that are happening. I'm all big for awareness, but sometimes we gotta unplug. We just gotta have some quiet time. And everything, we got to be free of all this drama for a little bit. Tune into spirit. We have to have some peace, okay? And I've also got the card spiritual union. So look at, that your relationships. This is a Two of Cups type of energy, really connecting with, your spiritual friends and everything, especially that's going to help you. But yeah, material and spiritual prosperity. A lot of it, you can have that and everything. The both of them can come together and everything. Work with your manifestation, your law of attraction, and all that. But I know I've got a little discontent and boredom with some people. People are discontent and everything. I know it's frustrating. But, sometimes we need to get a break from the, excitement. But also look at that, triumph. We can triumph. We can overcome things. Okay, especially when people come together. When people come together and work together. But look at that. See, there is hope. There is hope. Okay, so even when I know the man wants you to feel powerless. A man does not want you to realize your power, especially your spiritual power. Okay, especially your spiritual power, that power that you have within. If everybody recognized it, realized it, would be, what do you have to do with all this crap and everything? So, with a lot of what the message is, are now, I'm hoping, it looks like Biden's sitting on something, and they're pushing him and pushing him. You use your power, man. Make some changes, which I know, he can't. There's some things he can't do. I understand that. But there are also many powerful things he can do, as a leader, to kind of, get the system to where we can be protected. And stuff. But yes, and also I just kind of want you to know, I will read on that case soon and kind of see how things will go. I'm just waiting a little bit. I'm not ready yet. Stuff. Timing is everything when it comes to reading, especially trying to do predictions. But I know that is a big concern. We don't want, states start, being crappy about the vote. That, oh God, that would just put everything in chaos. Everything in chaos. And we get so ugly and nasty. Except there needs to be some checks and balances. The state courts need to check these legislators, especially if they're trying to be, shifty with things, sketchy and everything like that. But just, I want you to keep that hope alive. And don't forget you have personal power. Okay, you have power. Like I said, the man does not want you to realize the power that lies within you. But you have it. You have it. You may feel a little insignificant. I'm just a little speck in the universe, but you have the power to change things. I do hope this helps.